Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 1. Wow, that was a very close game, I would say. We weren't that dominant as we were against Elche. The scoreline that was suggested 3-1, I don't think it was a 3-1 game. A lot of people suggested that. It is true. I gotta admit that even though it finished 3-1, two goals came within the space of 3 minutes in the 79th and 81st minute, and that was towards the end of the game. And we scored early on, and we scored two later on to get the winner. So it tells you a lot that throughout the entire game, at least towards the middle of the game, we weren't doing much because we didn't manage to score. So I would say GG to Sevilla. They put a good fight, even though they're 14th, 15th this season. They have a good squad, so I don't know why they are in that almost relegation battle. I don't think they'll get relegated. They'll probably finish mid-table this season. I don't think they'll finish in top 4. Maybe they could push for a top 6, top 7 finish, because they do have the team for that. They have some really good players in there. Right? I know they got rid of Carlos and Kunde, who are key, to how they play, and they changed the coach from Lopetegui to, I think it's Jorge Sampaoli. That's his name. I hope I said it correctly. But yeah, I mean, they have a decent team for La Liga, so yeah, they have some really good players in there as well. So for me, they should not be 14th, 15th. They should probably be 10th. Anyways, the main point here isn't to talk about Sevilla. This is to talk about Real Madrid. Let's start off with the first goal, shall we? Sevilla passing it around their own half, and we actually tried to press for the ball, which is something you don't see quite often. Vini Jr. winning the ball back, next to the run, before picking out Luka Modric in the box, an empty net goal basically, and it's 1-0. They say old is gold. I agree, because Modric, what is he, 36, 37 now? And oh my, he could play until he's 40, basically, man. That he never, I swear he's one of those players, right, that the older he gets, the better he gets. He's on another planet. I mean, Modric, what a goal. I mean, it looks simple, doesn't it? But winning the ball back, Vini Jr., nice. And then picking out Modric as well, really nice goal. It looks easy on the eye, but it's definitely not that easy. The second goal was scored by, actually we'll talk about the first Sevilla goal. I mean, technically it's the second goal of the match, but the first goal for Sevilla and the equalizer goal, Eric Lamela, I swear he loves scoring against Real Madrid. Didn't he get 2 last season at Sevilla? Did he? I know he scored 1 at least against Real. I think it was a double for him, last season against Real Madrid, and he scored again. I mean, he really does love scoring against Real Madrid, doesn't he? I don't know if he did score any for Spurs when we did play Spurs in the past, but that was back in the day. I mean, the last time he played Spurs was probably 2017, 2016. So I wasn't watching football then. I can't remember. But I mean, Lamela just loves scoring against Real Madrid, and he gets another one. Montiel winning the ball back from Vini Jr. and then sending Lamela through. Who just splits the whole defense. And then with a little sort of a chip, Quarto got a hand to it, but could not save it, or could not keep it out. And it's 1-1. And that was a problem with playing Courtois, is will he be fit enough? And even though we did get the win, he didn't look that sharp, but it's nice seeing him back, of course. But I just want to make this clear, right? When Lunin was playing, he kept 2 clean sheets in the Liga, and we only have 2 clean sheets this season, and both came from Lunin. And I'm not trying to suggest that Courtois can't keep a clean sheet or he's worse than Lunin. I'm not trying to suggest that. But if Lunin is on better form, surely you let him play a couple more games, as he deserves to. It's not about who is better, right? Courtois, of course, is the better goalie. he won the Yashin Trophy, right? The best goalie in the world. But if Lunin's a better form right now, surely the player who deserves it more deserves to play rather than a player who is better or bigger name. That's my opinion basically. I feel like Lunin had a good spell, a good few games where he kept 2 clean sheets, was vital to our wins. I feel like he really does deserve to play. But Courtois, it's nice seeing him back, nice seeing him train, get a couple of minutes. You know, we got the win in the end, right? The second goal was a counter attack. Asensio releasing Vini Jr. with a nice true ball, and then Vini Jr. unselfish, squaring it to Lucas Vazquez, who taps it in. Another basically anti-net goal, 2-1. You know, I would say two of our goals are empty net goals. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, man, I suppose. And you know, we were not looking like we were doing well. Don't even think we deserved our second goal, to be honest. As a fan, you know, because we were on a more better side. We were not better by a mile, but one counter can change it. And I remember Piqué said like 6 months ago when we played them, maybe longer. I think it was in Saudi Arabia, was it, for the Super Cup or the Copa whatever, where he said Real Madrid only win games and score by scoring counter attacks. And I said, of course, counter attack is part of football. Of course, we score counter attack goals. Why is he trying to make it sound like it's a wrong thing? And today it was another one of those, and I think the Sevilla manager Sampaoli was complaining as well. And I'm just thinking to myself, look, your team lost. Whether you think that's deserved or undeserved, it's no one cares, because the team still lost. But don't be going out to the media after the game saying things like, oh, they only won, or they only played well, or they were not deserved because we played better, and they only won because they did a counter attack, but we were in a better team. No one cares about that. You think the players of Real Madrid, you think the players of maybe your players might care, but you think the people, the world, the fans actually care about what you say? I mean, I don't, and I'm talking about it, but I don't actually care. We got the win. That is what important. That's why it's important, right? So I don't understand him coming out saying that it's not important. But he said it, and it's what it is. But just my point of view. And the last goal, brilliant. Rodrigo finding Asensio, who picks up Valverde, and Fede Valverde. I mean, what a machine he is. Yet another goal for him. I think that's 7 goals this season. He got a bit of a knock as well. I think it was some bruises and discomfort, so he will not even be traveling to Germany against Leipzig, let alone play. So yeah, he'll get probably 1 game off, and he will probably be back for Girona next week, I think it is. So he'll get a game off, which is deserved. But 7 goals in all competitions this season so far. Ancelotti said if he does not get 10, I'm gonna retire, which I don't think will happen. Like I said in my last review, I don't think he will actually retire. Come on, it's a joke, right? It's a joke. But he's gonna hit the 10-goal target. He will at this point. 11 La Liga games in, and 4 Champions League games. So that's about 15 games in, and he has scored 7 goals. Mind blowing that. So yeah, he will definitely hit 10. He'll get more, probably get 15, maybe even 20. He can really achieve that, at the end of the season. So yeah, Fede Valverde outside the box, smashing one past Bono, and you can look, Bono was just stood there and looking the ball going into his net, because no one's gonna save that, man. I mean, if you put Neuer in that goal, would he save that? I don't think he would. I mean, have you seen the clip of Courtois against Valverde in training, where Valverde smashed one past Courtois? And I think Courtois came out and said, I think it was the reporter asking him, what are your thoughts or something about Valverde's shots? And then he said something that I've suffered too, because of the clip in training. So yeah, I mean even Courtois got said that he suffered from him. So not many goalies in the world could actually save Valverde's shots, which tells you how powerful those strikes are. So yeah, nothing Bono could do. All he could do was just there and watch. And that is the 3-1. We got the victory, which is massive. Let's talk about some highlights and some chances for us. And I think even Sevilla. A minute before we scored, Rodrigo picking out Vini, who tried to dribble past the defender, but it's held up and Bono comes out to pick up the ball. We had a free kick in the 18th minute. Alaba, I think, hitting it just wide. Minutes after Lamela scored, he had another effort on his right foot, just wide, and really could and should have been a second for Sevilla and for Lamela. And I think after they scored in the 54th, 60th minute, 70th minute, around that period in the middle, they were really dominant. I think they had the ball and had the chances, but they scored a goal, but they didn't take it really. In the 72nd minute, a scramble going on in Sevilla, near Sevilla's box, and I think one of the defenders put it past their goalie, so the goalie should have come up for the ball, but he taps it past the goalkeeper, and Vini really had, I suppose, an empty net, but the angle was very tight, and he hits the side netting. And that is basically it, I suppose. 3-1. What else is there left to say? You know, right now we're on 31 points. I think that's 10 wins and a draw after 11 games. I don't think Barca are playing today when I'm recording this. When I'm uploading, which I think I will upload Monday. While I'm recording, Atletico are beating Betis 1-0. I think they will win that game. And then we have so the Barca against Athletic Club Bilbao game would have happened by the time this video goes live. You know, I'm recording this on Sunday, for me, nighttime. I'll upload this let's say Monday 3:30 UK, I think it is. So yeah, that would mean that the game was way over. So yeah, I don't know what the result is. Okay, beating Barca or Bilbao. I'm hoping Bilbao can get a shocker. You know, teams like Bilbao, you know, you never know when they turn on. That one day when they turn on, and wow, you never know. So yeah, Barca I think are on, how many points are they on? Right now they are on 25. So a win will take them to 28. 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss so far. Would it be 9 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss? 8 wins, 2 draw, 1 loss, or 8 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses? Who knows? But let's focus on Real Madrid. You know, it wasn't the best display performance we've seen from them. As we've always seen with Real Madrid, they don't always put up the best performances in games. But when it matters the most, when it's getting to a period where, you know, we don't know where the goals are going to come from, we don't know where and who is going to step up, there's always that one moment where they get the job done, and then afterwards they finish it. You know, 1-1 is almost a perfect result for Sevilla, coming to the Bernabeu getting 1-1. That would have been brilliant, and they really should have made it 2-1 there with the Lamela chance afterwards. They didn't. 1-1, and then 79 minutes, switch on, bam, there we go, counter attack. Lucas Vazquez scores. That is the knife, you know, stuck in, right? And then the Valverde goal was just stabbing it in and twisting it and turning around. You know, that is just how Real Madrid do it. They don't always come and give you the best performance. And when we get to the later stages of the knockout rounds of the Champions League, when we play the big teams, it will happen again. Like last season, we've seen it before, we'll see it again, where Real Madrid might get dominated, we might not have the ball, we might not have the chances, but when there's one moment where it matters the most, the players will step up and get the job done. And that isn't that. That is knowing when to step up. That's knowing the right time and doing things and getting the job done at that right moment. That is not luck. So when Real Madrid, people were saying Real Madrid had the luck last season, they were lucky and they didn't play well. I agree that we didn't play well against the top teams in the Champions League and even just in the Liga sometimes, but that is not luck. You can't call that luck. It's just knowing when and where the right time is. And we've done it again today, technically, against Sevilla. Next up, we will have Leipzig away in Germany on Tuesday. We have Girona on Saturday, and then we've got Celtic on Wednesday. Then our next few games are Rayo Vallecano and Cardiff before I think we go for the World Cup, and then we come back. So yeah, how long's the World Cup? Probably about a month. So yeah, that'll be it for today's Real Madrid review. We got the job done like I said. So I'm happy to get the victory, to get the 3 goals, to get the 3 points most importantly. And we'll see what the Barca result is. You guys will know by then, but I don't know. But that'll be it for today's Real Madrid review. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.